Hi guys, just getting the last few things ready and then yeah, gonna paint, well, funny enough, some more orcs. Okay, well, I think I'm about ready to get going. So this is obviously the video that came out today, showed this pain guy. Absolutely love how he's come out. And yeah, I'm going to be doing obviously some more painting on, well, I've got the Orc Blood Bowl team. Had these a while. In fact, I've had these for, I don't know, a couple of years. Right, just need to click a couple of buttons because I could hear myself and I don't want to do that. Especially when it's about a 5 second delay in what I do and what you see. But yeah, so this is the guy I'm going to be doing. So I say this every time, I haven't done live streams for ages. I try and get into the habit of doing like one or two a week. And if for whatever reason I stop doing them, and then obviously, like anything, you stop doing them for ages. But I'm trying to get everything set up. So I've got a new rig that goes over my desk with a camera and a microphone and lights. So I'm kind of hoping every time I'm painting a miniature, I'm going to do a live stream. So whether people are watching me or not, yeah, because literally every day I'm painting. So it kind of makes sense if I'm going to be painting, why not do a live stream? And then if there's people on who want to paint along with me, great. If they just want to listen to me waffling on, great. Or they just stick me on in the background while they're doing whatever they're doing. So yeah, so I will every now and then look to another screen because I'm going to be messing about with a few buttons. Plus, I also need to get another screen that can go below the camera so I can look at the comments and not really look away from obviously the camera. But at the moment, any comments are over to the other side. Um, so yeah, so that's basically it really. Nothing too exciting. It's just be me painting miniatures and I say waffling along. Any questions about me, the channel, or what I'm doing, by all means, ask away. And yeah, I will sort of answer any comments as I see them. Obviously, chat amongst yourselves if there's people out there. Again, I'm not expecting many people to be on. Obviously, I never advertised I was doing a stream. I think, well, so that in the video that came out today, I did mention I could possibly be doing one today. Um, but yeah, so again, the times, it's like different times of the day. Obviously, I paint. Never know when people are really on or not on. Most of my viewers, or a big portion, are American. Then it's the UK. Then I think it's Germany and Australia. So it's kind of all over the place, really. So whatever time I do it, some people will be on online and some won't. But there you go. So at the moment in the UK, it is now 10:15. Um, and I'm looking at live streaming, so maybe about midnight. We'll see how it goes. But ideally, I'd like to do these live streams earlier, as in starting around about 8ish in the evening, and then just see how it goes. But again, I'll probably do live streams during the day because, well, whenever I'm sitting here painting, I may as well do some live streaming at the same time. So we've got Dreadfet. He's sitting down to watch this. Reorganising your hobby room, procrastinating and painting minis. See, I'm not too bad at the procrastinating. I crack on and paint minis. My problem is I start loads. As I'm always saying in my videos, I generally have about 3 or 4 projects on the go. I've currently got, ooh, I don't know, put about 8 projects of painting minis. I'm also building a big kill team. because basically I want to make a kill team that's big enough that you can have 4 sort of players. So I've got a kill team that I'm building. I'm also building necromunda tiles. So I'm going to build like 12, well at least 9, maybe 12, 9 or 12. 1 foot by 1 foot squares. I'm also building a hero quest board that's kind of built into a suitcase. So yeah, I've got loads going on. So I don't procrastinate. I just start a lot of stuff. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Ronin Cat, nice to see you live. Been following me for a while. Yeah, I totally forgot. Today is my 6-year anniversary. So I started this channel 6 years ago today, which is just nuts. So yeah, it's been going around. Yeah, slapchop. Yeah, love slap. Again, obviously every miniature that I've got currently on my desk, I primed in white. Primed in black, dry brush white. I do sometimes do the zenithal highlighting. Typically I'll do that if there's like loads of miniatures. So we're going to be painting like more than 10, then yeah, it can be quicker and easier to do the zenithal. But I mean, I just love the slapchop because obviously it helps with the definition and the contrast straight away. Although you would have seen when I painted this chap, I am having a go at doing highlighting. Uh, Obviously, it's one of those things, the more you do it, the better you'll get. But I'm pleased with how he's sort of come along. Um, but yeah, again, it's just trial and error with a lot of stuff, isn't it? And yeah, practice. Again, so it'd be nice when I got the camera over screen over here, because obviously I've got it right over there, and unfortunately it's on the far side of the screen. I don't know why. So we've got Alex Seakeeper. Hello. You like the channel and the creation? Cool. Yeah. Sorry for your English. It made me mate. My English, my English isn't always that good, especially when I waffle and go off at tangents. Anyway. So yeah, the plan is, obviously I'm not going to get them all painted today because the other thing I remember from when I used to do live streams, whatever I set out to do, I would get about a fifth of it done, if that, because obviously I spend more time waffling than painting, building, or whatever. But we'll see how it goes. So yes, I'm painting these orc boys, the Blood Bowl team. Unfortunately though, again, I've had these for ages, but I've only got 5 of these big ones. There's meant to be 6. So somewhere along the lines, so a lot of the stuff that I've got, I'm looking up here because that's where my shelf of fun is. So a lot of stuff I brought or got at least 2-3 years ago, and a lot of sets I got them for one particular miniature. So obviously out of this set, there's obviously loads more. There's the little Gretchen dudes as well. So there's lots of miniatures, but I would have got the box just for one. So the chances are I painted one of these about 3 years ago, and then left the box. And I must admit, when I went through the box the other day, there seems to be the same case in a lot of cases or boxes. I've taken one miniature or one part out of the box, and then yeah, I've left them in there. So I'm going to be painting these. Obviously, my favourite green, uh, Gilly Dew. Absolutely love this. Unfortunately, I had a little issue a couple of days ago where I took this off, and unfortunately the nib bit came out inside there. I didn't realise. I've gone to pour it in, and obviously it's all come out. Well, there's only about half left because obviously it's my favourite green, so I kind of use it a lot. So unfortunately, Gilly Dew is no longer on my list of things to use because there's none left. So obviously I've got a top 3 actually. So charming, again, I don't know how to say this, chartreuse, possibly, maybe. But yeah, so that's the other one I do like using. So we've got Liv Gunner. Hey, yeah. Liv's my daughter. Yeah. Say hello to Liv if you want to. So yes, I'm going to be using Charming Chartreuse for the green on these. And then the green that I used on the old Pain Boy was this Electric Lime. It looks really, really vibrant, but the good thing is when you put that on in just small amounts, it's not too bad. Well, maybe not too bad, but I do need to water my paints down. That's something I've never ever really done. I've only ever, well, I use paints how they come out of the bottle. So yeah, we do need to start watering things down. Obviously, going to be doing like batch painting, so I'm literally going to do the green on one orc, then go to the next orc, and so on. Let's just see about brightening the desk up. So that's the other thing. Obviously, these first few live streams I do might be a little bit rough and ready. But then the aim is once I've got everything set up, it's just a case of I can just click a couple of buttons and we are good to go. So yeah, I just want to lighten the desk up. Well, it's not too bad, but let's lighten it anyway. So the other thing is, for some reason, whenever I log out, log back in, it seems to zoom in a lot on the desk. Don't quite know why. You stay there. There we go. Line it just a little bit. Cool. That should be all right. Yeah, let me know if the volume's okay, because again, I've not really done much. I've got a new microphone. I always get sort of cheap and cheerful stuff, because it's not worth me buying an expensive microphone and then me doing live streams once or twice and then never doing them again. So I've got a relatively cheap one for about 30 quid. So yeah, let me know that the volume's okay and everything's working as it should be. Yeah. So Alex is painting terrain expansion of the game board Nemesis. Okay, and yeah, you like the Army Painter Speed Paint is awesome. So basically, yeah, the two paints I use are Army Painter Speed Paints, and I do use Green Stuff World dipping inks. But yeah, primarily most of the colours I use are probably from Army Painter. Dreadfect volume is good. Cheers for letting me know, buddy. Yeah, because say I've got these big stands that go over the desk, so you can like attach lights and bits and pieces to it. So again, that's why I'm hoping I can get everything set up so I can just click one button, everything's good to go. As I say, I paint miniatures every day. I love it. It's a great little hobby. It's a fun way to relax. And as I always say, I go into my wibbly wobbly place because yeah, you just sort of forget about real life stuff because it's all doom and gloom out there. So right, yes, let's look. Why is the um, so I'm trying to do it as well so that the chat stays on the screen, but it seems to sort of go on there and then comes off after a couple of seconds. Let's have a quick look at why it's doing that. Hide delay. Well, we don't really want a delay at all. Or, always show messages. There we go. Hopefully that should change it. Live volume's perfect. Have a cool setup there. It is. I'm pleased with it. There's a few more bits I need to sort of attach and hang up and say one of them's definitely getting a screen that's right in front of me, just so I can see the chat. So literally, I can just be looking forward all the time, see the chat, see the miniature, rather than have to look over there. And unfortunately, I'm long-sighted, so my glasses are great for things that are 2 feet away maximum. The screen that I'm looking at, it's probably about 2 foot and an inch because I have to sort of move just that little bit to be able to read what you guys are putting, which is cool. So yeah, right. I suppose I better start doing some painting. So what I'm also doing again, this is where I waffle and don't really paint, but it's because I like to let everyone know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, so all these things that I am painting, they will eventually be going onto eBay. Just as a way of obviously funding this channel and being able to obviously buy more bits and pieces, as well as food, which is always handy. So yeah, charming chartreuse, which I can't ever say. That's the green I'm going to be using on. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to use it on the little dudes as well. Probably. And that's the other reason why it'd be nice to have the screen right in front, just so I can make sure that what I'm holding and painting is in shot and it's not like over here, because obviously then you won't be able to see a thing. So yeah, having the screen in front will be nice. Well, I hope my laptop can take it. I've already got 2 screens with my laptop. Should be able to handle 3, I would have thought. But yeah, speed paint slapchop. It's such a quick and easy way of getting things tabletop ready in next to no time. And before I started doing the slapchop thing, I used to hate painting miniatures. Absolutely hated it. Where's his gloves end? It's about there. Yeah, so I love making buildings and terrain and stuff, but painting miniatures, I just couldn't do it. I would spend hours painting something, and it was like, okay, so the more time I spent painting, the worse it looked. But not only the worse it looked, the less enjoyment I had from it, because it was almost a case of, doesn't matter if I spend 5 minutes on something or 55 minutes on something, it's going to look pants. Whereas now, I know slapchop, yeah, it'll get the job done. The other good thing is it gets the job done, but then you can, if you want to, like I'm going to start doing more often now, is doing a bit of highlighting afterwards, just to sort of enhance it and make it look a bit, well, a bit better. And something that I have to admit I don't think it's improved my painting, but certainly made it more comfortable, is the brush. Um, Normally, I would say get any brush, doesn't matter what brush you get. Um, but this one, as you can see, it's nice and ergonomical, possibly. And yeah, if this was like a nice pencil, whereas most brushes I've got are obviously just like this. I mean, it's comfy enough, um, but it's quite small. Whereas I must admit, having the chunky brush and obviously the indentation there is nice because it feels like a good grip. I'm not sponsored by them. They did send me this for free. So this is by Maple something or other. There should be a link in the description to where you can get these brushes. And the other cool thing is when you want to change the nib, it's not really a nib, is it? Brush point. There's a spring in there. It seems to have got stuck. So I need to take the spring out. You take that out and you just put a new one in, which is obviously magnets, because obviously I love magnets. But yeah, I do love the feel of this compared to the smaller one. But again, does it help painting? Probably not. But because I do paint a lot, I, I do a brush in my hand and say this just it feels comfy. So yeah, if you're new to live streaming, I do waffle a lot, which is really weird because if you know me in real life and you see me in real life, I don't talk much at all. Yeah, pretty much the opposite. I'm very quiet. But I think because I'm sitting here talking to myself, I don't know if it's a good thing or not. I find that obviously easier. Um, What's this live? Give your dad money so you can. Um, yeah, if you have kids, then you know they do sort of they do take a lot of your money, but worth it. Ah, that's one thing I need to do. Whenever I do paint, I'm normally have the TV on. So I'm normally, or not TV, but one of my screens watching Netflix or Prime. And I've got nothing in my ear at the moment, so I'm going to put something on just because it does get very quiet otherwise. Especially more so that I can just hear my voice. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to hear my voice. So let's put some music back on. And I'm listening to the good old 80s because, well, old, and I love the 80s music. Let's put that back just so I can see that again. Yeah, there we go. So I've got a bit of music going, makes things a whole lot easier. Plus, what I was thinking with these live streams, um, I might use them to make the video of me painting these guys. But rather than making like a normal video, I might make like 1 minute shorts. So it'll be a real quick, concise way of painting miniatures. Because I do sometimes think even me doing a video that's 8 to 10 minutes long is kind of too long to be doing a video of painting really. So yeah, maybe a 1 minute short of me painting could be just a ticket. Obviously, there's some videos I will make will need to be longer. So the kill team board that I'm making, it's pretty big. Plus, I'm making the board so it's dual sided. So one side's going to be kill team, and the other side will be for pillage. As they're like the two main sort of games that I play. I do play D&D occasionally, but anyone who plays D&D will know just how hard it is to get 5 people in a room at the same time, because obviously everyone has a life, and that can make it a bit difficult to meet up. Whereas obviously games that just require 2 of you, yeah, so much easier. Well, yeah, one thing I have done is I've turned the camera that's obviously on this dude. I've turned off the focus because I was doing some practicing over the last few days, and I found that every time I moved like the smallest amount, it would move in and out, move in and out. So I've got the focus set, so my hands so it's about 2 inches off the table. So when I move it down, it might go a little bit fuzzy, and when it comes up, it'll go fuzzy. So I need to remember to keep my hand at this kind of level, just so he is in sort of shot really. But one thing I can change is the size of the chat box. Just make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Cool. And yeah, there's one. Was one done? And again, that's what I love about slapchop and speed paints. It really is so simple, so quick and easy. And yet, even without going over and doing any highlighting with a different green, I still love the fact that there are obviously darker areas and lighter areas to this. So, yep, say batch painting, best way to do it. So, one down, move on to the next. And then, yeah, do the same colour on basically all of them. So, guys, where are you all from then? Have we got many people on? I've got 21 people on. That's not too bad considering I've not done one for years and no advertising. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments where you're from, just so I sort of know. It's always nice to know what sort of time zones people are in. Alex is asking, what's my opinion on the GSW Incas and how do they compare with Army speed paints? I've not, again, I know there's loads of different sort of contrast paints by a whole variety of companies. I have to admit, I've not really tried any others than Speed Paints, Green Stuff World, and Citadel contrast paints. Um, I do need to try it because there's loads of other companies now that do sort of contrast paints. Philip is from Nebraska. Oh wow! So what times? Okay, you're behind, aren't you? So you'll be what sort of like afternoon, evening ish, afternoon, evening. So obviously I'm here in the UK, and it's currently just gone 10:30 in the evening or night time. Yeah, something I did find about with brushes as well. I always used to go for the smallest sort of paintbrush I could find. But with them, the problem is that when you load it up, it almost has like a blob of paint at the end. And I know you get a lot of painters that do the old like wiping on their finger. Um, but yes, I am now starting to use a larger brush. So it loads up more paint, but the paint is or comes out thinner at the end rather than obviously getting that big blob. So that's a bit Blood Bowl. Again, I've got loads of boxes up there with teams. I've made 2 Blood Bowl boards, but it's still a game I've not played yet. I definitely seem to prefer the making and painting to playing. But it's not that I prefer it. I think it's just easier because obviously I can do it on my own. Whereas obviously a lot of the other games do require at least one other person. Right, that's the second one just about done, I think. Arms, legs, head. I probably find that there is a bit I have missed when I come to paint something else. But I think that's number 2 done. So we've got a few others there. Philip, 4:36 in the afternoon. Cool. So, oh, that's Nebraska, yeah. California, oh, nice. But that's, I would say it's nice and warm there. But I like the heat. I like the, well, no, I don't like the heat. I like the sun. But the UK, it's gone balmy. The last, I don't know, is it 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Anyone in the UK, let me know. The sun has been out every day, and it's, say, the sun alike. It's so humid. You walk 10 feet and you're just like dripping buckets. It's yeah, not enjoyable at all. So I'm sitting here now, so it's 10:30, and it's still muggy, it's still hot. It's ridiculous. But again, yeah, I need to put a little spot, I think, on the desk as well, just so I know exactly where I need to have him, because I think gradually it's going to like move and moving away. Um, But again, the live streams, the more I do, the better they will be. The more in focus things will be. Yeah, just be better in general. Um, so Dread's over in Cannonsburg. Okay, never heard of that one. Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, I've heard of Pittsburgh. Uh, is that Alex GSW Different Inks, which is in links? Yeah, yeah. There should be most of the things I use or use a lot of. There should be links to them. As I'm always saying, some of the things are affiliate links, so it doesn't cost you anything. Typically, I will get a few pennies back, or in some cases, if the company sees that I'm sort of sending lots of people their way, then they might send me some miniatures or some paint or brushes or stuff. But the good thing is it doesn't cost you anymore. With some of the links as well, they do have discounts, so it's worth clicking on a link if you're going to buy something because you'll get it cheaper, and say I might get some pennies. Um, Running Cats from Chile, and it's 5:36 p.m. there. I'm going to say that again. This is apologies. I'm so bad at saying names, especially if they're not like an easy name. It's like Quojan. Apologies, I've said that wrong. Norwich, Norfolk. Alex is from the Ukraine, and wish everyone peace and prosperity and love. Yeah, guys, I hope you get things going back there nice and easy. Mikolov, what brush is it? Is it Maple Leaf? They sent me this. It's got to be about 3 months or more ago now. So I absolutely love it. Obviously, the brush end. This is where I'm that kind of painter that it doesn't really matter what brush I use. The results are really going to be the same. But for me, it's the design. It just feels comfy in my hand because it's like a pen. As I was saying earlier, it's just nicer holding something thicker than something thinner. Well, this is one of the thicker ones. There are some that I've got that are thinner. So yeah, rather than holding that, which say yeah, it's like I don't know, it's like a chopstick or something. But this, it just fits nice. Um, yeah, Chisley. Yeah. Oh, they get golden maple. That was it. I knew it was maple something or other. Golden maple brush. Plus, they do a whole range of other things there as well. Because they have sent me recently some like basing materials. so I'll be using them soon as well. But yeah, they do obviously a whole range of brushes. Some like this. So this one, you basically take this off, push that out. There's a spring in there, and then replace the brush end when you need to. Or you can get different sort of tips, which is pretty cool. Every now and then you may hear a cat meow. There's currently 3 of them here. Yeah, so this live stream going to be a shortish one. Going to finish, I don't know, half 11, 12ish, maybe. See how it goes, really. Um, I'm going to try and get into like a routine, a pattern, just to make it easier for people to know when I'm on. Or I might at least sort of post details of the next times I'm going to be on. Again, just so you know, well, when I'm going to be here. Yes, the other thing I would advise getting if you haven't already, and that's these little poppet things, like the old kids' toys. They're great for, obviously, when you put the paint in, because they're silicone based. The paint seems to last longer, doesn't dry up as quick, and then when you leave it overnight, it does then dry, and you just pop the paint out, and it's kind of cleaned again. Um, so yeah, kids' little toy, great as a paint palette. Um, Leo's from Denmark. Cool, good to meet you, buddy. Seen his brushes, nice to know they work. Yeah, I say, I mean, again, this is where I don't know if I did a video on like a cheap brush and an expensive brush. For me, I'm never really going to notice the difference. Um, Possibly in how long they last. Obviously, a cheap brush might only last you a month or so, and then uh, what are they called? The strands, whatever they are, fall out. So an expensive brush will last longer. But say for me, this is purely the aesthetics and also ergonomics, the grip. It just feels so nice. I think that's part of his leg at the top. Oh yeah, I was painting his face. That's what I was doing. Still got it in shot. Yeah, cool. So even though I do paint, obviously their teeth and their lips in a different colour, initially I'll just go over the whole thing with green, just because, well, makes things easier for me, I guess. And that's about him done. A few little fingers in there, just touch. Cool. Right, so there's 3 down, 2 to go. So there should be 6 of these, but I'm guessing about 3 years ago when I got the box, I bought it to paint one. Where he's gone, I don't know. And so this is the biggest problem I've got. And I've got my desk in the corner of the living room. Um, so I don't have like a shed or garage or dedicated room for everything. So yes, storage is always been the bane of my life. Especially because obviously if I am painting every day, I've painted hundreds, thousands miniatures. Plus I've also made some like bigger pieces like the boards. Say kill team boards. I think I've made 4 now. So the one I'm making now is my 5th one. I like to build it so it has like lights underneath it. And one of the previous ones, it had lights underneath and a smoke. So you could put a smoke machine onto it and smoke would come up from the grills, which was pretty cool. But the kill team board that I'm currently making, it's bigger than a normal size one. Just so you could have 4 teams playing at once, which I think would be pretty cool. Um, yeah, say Blood Bowl. I've not, I've still not played Blood Bowl, and yet I've made two Blood Bowl pictures. Um, yeah, it's a game I want to play. I mean, it's like Warhammer 40k. I've been wanting to play for ages, and then I started painting the orcs up from the Armageddon set, and I was painting them with the intention of finally making my own army. But then the more I was painting of them, the more I kept thinking, I'm painting these, but I need to know how each one of these works together on their own on a big field. I also need to know how the opponent's team works. And then it was like, I've not got the brain for that. Yeah, kill team. And even with kill teams, I always go for kill teams that have got 6 people, just to make it easier for myself because I've got a brain like a sieve. I just can't retain much at all, to be honest. It's like at school, my favourite subjects were art, graphic design, uh, graphic design. What's the other one called? Oh, it's like design technology, where you got a brief, you had to build something out of metal, wood, plastic, or whatever. So I was always good, like handsy, but never good at remembering dates of kings, queens, events, all that kind of stuff. Which is probably one of my favourite jobs that I've ever had. Graphic designer at British Airways a long time ago. Photographer. I was also a model maker for a couple of film studios, and that was pretty cool. Yes, so I was really gutted though when my so I've never spilt any bottles. Well, saying that I did spill a bottle of glue ages ago, but I've never spilt a bottle because obviously you don't really spill these. But yeah, I took the lid off and say somehow oh, that bit got caught inside there. Oh, you can see kind of why it's a bit gunky in there. So as I pulled that off, that came off. Obviously didn't look. Got this, poured it, and obviously, gosh, it's got everywhere. And it's like I think I've got 3 top greens. Um, this was this was probably number one out of the top three. Then this one, and then which one was the other one I liked? I'm not too sure. Was it this one? Yeah, the algae one I quite like 'cause that was kind of like a nice army looking green. Oh, it could be this other one. Oh yeah, forest sprite I think was the one. So these are or yeah were my 3 sort of favourite greens for orcs. And this one typically went most of the time. Um, but yeah, these are the other two that I do like for well doing orcs. But obviously, this is the one that I'm doing these dudes in. Still in the right place, just about. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do a little dot or something there just so I know, because I think otherwise my arm is going to keep moving. Right, just going to have a little cookie because I'm feeling a bit hungry. And yeah, I ate my cookies in one go. Apologies, I haven't been looking at the what you've been writing. Apologies for that. I'll eat this and then I'll talk. Right, Leo. Um, Good evening, Alex Brown. Yes, so, yeah, good evening to anyone, or good afternoon, good day, good night. To anyone who has just joined on, it's good to have you here. So I haven't done live streaming for quite some time. The plan though is to get back into doing it because I said at the beginning of the video, I literally am painting a miniature every day or building something or making something. So I'm trying to get it so it's all set up so that I can just, when I'm going to be painting, I can just do live streaming. This does mean there's probably more chance most live streams are going to be earlier on in the day. But if I find out or it works out that there's not many people on in the day, because say most of the people who watch my channel, I think about 70%, 60-70% is from the USA and the UK, the bigger amount being the USA. Then there's a few in Germany, and then it's Australia, and then obviously loads of other countries that make up the rest. So whatever time I do a live stream, it's never going to be able to please everyone, but I do want to try and do a live stream when obviously, well, there's more people who are on. So, oh, let's have a quick look. Dread's asking which Green Stuff World dipping inks do I like the best. Fair enough, there's two that I do use a lot, and I will be using one of them on this. Again, for greens, my favourite green there is Limelight Dip. I think I have done some orks in this, but I love using this on stonework for things like Dungeons and Dragons and Hero Quest because it gives stones that sort of dirty, mossy sort of look. So that's my favourite green. And then, funny enough, these dudes, they are going to be the armour on all these guys. Again, I think I need to move the camera because my hand wants to be there. 2 seconds while I'll just move the camera. Yeah, that feels better. Yeah, so the armour of these dudes is going to be this Amber Glow Dip. My favourite colour is orange, but this is a real cool orange because it comes out quite, not transparent, but it's quite sort of see-through-ish. But obviously you can build up the layers. So you put some on, let it dry, put on another layer, let it dry. So that's the one thing I will say though, if you are new to Green Stuff World's dipping inks and you've used like speed paints or contrast paints or the others, these are more fluid. My technical term is they're more waterier, but they're more fluid. So when you load your brush up, you need to be careful not to put too much on because this stuff flows really well. But I like that. So once you get used to it, it's really nice because it then means when you do come to paint your miniature, the top flat areas are even more lighter and the recessed nooks and crannies are darker. So you really do get that nice, not harsh contrast, but it's definitely more contrast, which is really good. And the other thing, again, I'm very much I don't want to say cheapskate. I like using the word frugal, or I like value for money. These cost about the same as this. Just about get it all in. As you can see, this is a lot bigger. In fact, this is, what size is this? 60 milliliters. And this little dude is what, about 30, 25? Can't I see? I can't see. It's probably on there somewhere. But as you can see, clearly this is at least twice the size. But the price is about the same. Um, but that being said, out of all the Green Stuff world, there's obviously a bigger range of army painter stuff. And it's like they do have a lot more paints that I love using. So again, greens, there's certain greens I always use, browns I always use. With the Green Stuff world ones, there's probably less I use. I'm not sure why. But I say value for money, these are definitely the ones to go for. And so this is the one I'm going to be using for their armor because I absolutely love it. Yeah, definitely need to get a screen in front because again, if it's in front of me, I'll be able to sort of read the comments a lot quicker, a lot faster. Again, this is the first stream I've done in, I don't know, year, two. I say that it was 3 years. I think it's 3 years ago I did my last live stream. Quite some time. So yeah, I do need to do more of them. As I say, I'm getting everything set up, so I'm buying another screen to go over there so then I can look forward and I'll be able to see what you guys are saying. Um, Freaky Deaky 69, love that name. There used to be a guy, I can't remember his name. But I love funny names, and there was a guy, whatever his name was, whenever I said it made me smile because it was just a fun name. And I like that name, Freaky Deaky 69. It's pure plastic crack. It is. Thing is, though, if you've got to be addicted to something, this isn't too bad, is it? You're not going to get arrested for this. Although you can get told off by Games Workshop. Again, anyone who's been with my channel, it's like 6 years old today, which is just nuts. But anyone who's been with my channel since I started, my channel was nearly taken down from the very beginning. By Games Workshop, they sent me a cease and desist order. It sounds right, but also wrong. Basically, I didn't know at the time, so I got some miniatures. Obviously, didn't like painting them. Well, I wasn't any good at painting them. But what I did was I made up a mold, like a two-part mold, or there was one case I think it was about a six-part mold. So I made up molds of some of the miniatures to show you could obviously make a mold of a miniature and then cast a miniature. I didn't realise at the time about IP and all that kind of malarkey. I didn't realise obviously it was illegal to do that, and you can get taken to court and all the rest of it. So I did several videos on making molds to make Games Workshop miniatures to then like mass produce your own, not to sell. This is just purely for my own sort of thing. And I think there is one video out there where I think I took down the initial videos but then changed them a little bit, because one video I made where I did make these, but all throughout the video I say don't do this, it's illegal, IP, blah blah blah. And then even at the end of the video, I cast 3 miniatures. I think they were Space Marines. I set them on fire. You need to go and watch the video because it's quite funny. But yeah, so I was nearly taken down. This was about 2 months after I started the channel. Yeah, I got a little email from Games Workshop telling me I was a bit naughty, and yeah, it was illegal to do what I was doing. Who knew? Um, so Ronin Cat, again, apologies now, I'm probably reading comments you put 5 minutes ago. Ronin Cat, first ever minis you painted was the Orc Commandos kill team. Yeah, I love them. Funny, the first video I made on this channel was with one orc. I forgot what it is. I don't know if I've still got it. It's the big orc with the squig and 10 Gretchen, and I made a little diorama, and that was the first orc I ever painted. Yeah, there you go. Play D&D. Yeah, we did play D&D. It was fun, wasn't it? And Hero Quest. We played Hero Quest. Um, the problem is, obviously, my children, they're 13, 15, and 17 now. And I think when we last played, they were probably about 3 years younger than that. It all started off great, but then the usual thing, people get a bit bored. Because sometimes, obviously, Hero Quest, especially D&D, does go on for hours. And yeah, I think they got a little bit bored towards the end. So we didn't play again. Um, Samuel Smith, there's a nice cameo greyish speed paint that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's definitely, I've got my favourites. I think everyone has their favourites that they kind of use quite a lot. Yeah. Oh, Freaky Deaky, remember watching the builds? Yeah, so there's definitely at least 2 full-size pitches out there. But yeah, they were never played on. In fact, one of them I sold because it was huge. Again, guys, when I say I have no space, I'm in the corner of my living room, at a desk. Obviously, the door behind leads into the hallway. So to get into the living room, you have to actually go through the kitchen to come into the living room. That's how much I'm tight for space. I'm actually blocking a door that gets into the living room. You have to go through the kitchen to get in. And I've got a table behind. I've got printers and bits and pieces on. So yes, when I do make big things, I literally have nowhere to store them. So there's quite a lot of things I've built. It's ended up in the bin. But that's why I am now trying to obviously sell more bits and pieces. But the problem with the bigger bits, I say a lot of the people that watch my channel are from America. So to try and send something all that way is going to be pretty expensive. Oh, so I just realised my other daughter, Paige. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I had a Paige on Logan's account. Hello, Paige. You all right? Having a good evening? So yeah, that's a surprise. Both my daughters are watching me live stream, and yet they never watch any of my videos. They never click thumbs up or share or any of that stuff. How rude. Should always be liking and watching all my videos. I need to remember to keep it there and not bring it up, because otherwise it'll blur. I say I can put the camera on autofocus, but honestly, when I was watching it, you could see it going in and out just too much. I don't know if these ones do it, but the other webcams that I use, obviously, the little motors in there. People could hear the motors as it was whirring to go in and out. So yeah, that's why I've got it fixed at a certain spot, and this is kind of it. If it goes down, it's not too bad. Comes up, yeah, you start losing it about there. So I might change it because my hand does seem to be higher rather than lower, but we'll see. Samuel Smith, my channel's the only reason you tried painting your own miniatures. Ah, awesome. Yeah, say it's speed paints. They just make it. It's a whole different level. Um, so even if people say it's cheating or it's whatever, you're not painting properly, don't care. It means I can get a miniature that's obviously grey, because obviously that's not grey, that's been slapchop white. I can get a grey miniature looking half decent. I don't know if you saw the video I did with all the other orcs in the little frame. Again, prior to slapchop or speed painting, there's no way I would have attempted to paint so many orcs like that. And yet I can now because this makes it so easy. Um, yeah, I love this. So this is obviously what I did when I realised I wasn't going to do a build a Warhammer 40k team. I did the other 10 boys. I did the knob boss. I've got the other bosses here. But yeah, the more I thought about it, the more I thought there's no way I can remember what they all do. So that's why I shoved these all in this little frame. If you want to buy this, this will be on eBay. Not yet, it will be soon. So that's going to be on eBay. Obviously, my Pain Boy will be on eBay. And there's loads of other bits and pieces on eBay. So yeah, so if you want to help an old fella out, pop on eBay and buy something. I did I finish him? I think I did. Typically, there's always one little spot that I miss, so I will go back and get that. But yeah, freaky deaky. Your kids use your storage boxes for diving boards onto the bed. Awesome. Funny enough, I have started buying some storage boxes just to put bits and pieces in. But again, they still take up room, which yeah, I just haven't got. This is where I really do need a lottery win, um, just so I can have a nice dedicated room. Well, what I'd really like is obviously like a double garage, because I'd kit the inside out to make it look like it was the inside of a tavern come castle. Um, so I'd have my area where I sat and did the painting, but then also have like a nice big table set up to play D&D or games of some description. Yeah, that would be my ideal. So yeah, double garage that I could just turn into a gaming room studio. And yeah, I'd kit the room out so it looked like it was, yeah, something to do with like D&D, because every great adventure starts in a tavern. I was like, oh, Liv's saying she does when she gets notifications. Do you really watch my videos though? Things like you haven't even got to watch it. Just put it on and walk out of the room. I don't mind. I still get the view. Well, I seem to be doing quite well at keeping the miniature in the shot, I think. I'll just change shuttles down just a little bit. Yeah, as I say, the channel's 6 years old today. I didn't even realise until I logged on and it said obviously happy 6th birthday. It's like, oh, blimey, that's gone quick. If there's anything you want to see me paint on this channel, by all means, say let me know. Um, most of the stuff I have got is obviously Warhammer sort of stuff. But yeah, if anything you want to see me paint, just let me know. Because well, I say Warhammer and pillage. I've got quite a lot of pillage stuff. I do like playing that game. That's a pretty cool game to play. Right, I think that's them all done. Right, so there are the little dudes, but I might actually paint these in a different green. I'm not too sure. So what we'll do now is we'll go to these ones, and I'm going to paint them with the orange. So for the armor, I'm going to go for amber glow dip, just because it's a really nice. Well, say it's orange, orangey brown. I think it's probably more the best way of describing that. But yeah, definitely one of my favourite colours. Have a quick little drink. Um, Summersmith, you've grown fond of small mini count games like 1490 Doom and Gaslands. Yeah, so I just can't remember what everything does. Say even with kill teams, I do prefer 6-man kill teams. So what I have done in the past, say I only play with my mate, so we use the rule of cool. So I've played kill team with him, but I've used orks because I love the look of orks. But I've used orks, but they've been is it the Legionnaires? I can't remember which because this kill team that I used to play a lot of, just because I liked the mechanics of how they all worked. And it pretty much is a case of you have like one boss, 5 other people. I think 3 of them had the same weapon, and one of them may have had like a rocket launcher or something. But again, it was just nice and simple and easy. And even my mate I would play with, he used to always go for 6-man kill teams as well, just because it's just easier to remember what's going on. Otherwise, it's just nuts. Right, what am I doing? Apart from waffling, I was cleaning my brush, and for the first time ever, I've actually got some water beside me because normally I suck on a brush. So whether you should or shouldn't, I don't know. Well, it is weird though because some of the some paints taste a lot worse than others. I don't think I've ever tasted a paint that's been like, oh yeah, that's nice. But you get some, it's like, oh. But then you get others, and it's like, oh, I'm not putting that in my mouth again. Um, Right. Yeah, I really shouldn't have poured that much paint in it. 'Cause that's kind of like wasted now. Yeah, I really fancy doing the little guys in a bit of a different colour. All right. Haven't used this paint for ages, so should really give it a little bit of a shake. Not that I always do. So again, yeah, don't always copy what I do because obviously I don't water down paints. I don't always shake the paint. I just crack on and paint. Um, Gilly Dew is the undisputed king of speed paints. It is. It is my favourite. I say I'm gutted that I've got none left because it all came out. Um, yeah. So I will need to buy another one. Although they need to do them in bigger bottles like this. And it's like, what size would you rather have? I'd rather have a nice big chunky monkey. That's why I love orks because they are big and chunky. I wouldn't put loads of that in. But the other good thing I love about using the green stuff well dipping inks is whenever I'm painting terrain, I don't feel bad using the big bottle like this. But to paint terrain using a little bottle, you kind of think, oh, I'm going to use up quite a lot of this. Whereas this stuff, it does last really, really well. Right, so again, this is where I'm not too sure how much. I mean, these pretty much are going to be the green, the orange for their armor, and then brown for the straps. Obviously, the tusks will be a white color. So it's not really. I was saying that they do have pants on, didn't they? Like 3/4 lengths. Hmm. Yeah, we'll think about it. I'm not sure what color I'm going to go with that for the moment. But what's that? DC 4808. Some paints taste better than others. Yeah, I say is I don't know if they taste better, but there's definitely some paints that taste worse. Again, I should have written a little list of the worst tasting paints, top 10 worst paints to suck on. It's a bit rude. No, to lick. No, that's even worse. To taste. Yeah, this channel is family friendly. I just sometimes use words that maybe innuendo-ish. Um, Dreadfet's never licked a brush. Can you call yourself a painter if you never licked a brush? No heavy metals for me. Uh, yeah, so this is the first time I've had a cup with water in, but that's because I'm going to water down paint. Although the chance of me getting to this tonight are slim. It's 11:15. I say I was going to go to like midnight at the latest for this one. Um, I can't help doing that now. I don't know what I was saying. Oh yes, I having a cup of water on my desk. This is the first. So in 6 years, I've got a cup of water. I would show you the cup. Someone bought it for me because I'm vegan, and it says vegan, and there's a word underneath that I can't say. But yes, I can't show you the cup, but it's got water in it now. It's not really a cup I would drink out of. Anyway, so yeah, so good old amber glow dip is what I'm going for all the armory bits, which they do have quite a lot on. So say this stuff is a lot more fluid. So yeah, so you need to be careful not to get too much on, but then obviously you want to get enough on. So this is definitely a nice one. You can just build up the layers if you want it darker, thicker, stronger. In fact, yeah, I think this one is one I do typically do sort of two coats with. Yeah, I like this colour. Some it's like crayons. None taste good, but all edible. Yeah. And your water cup your son got you in Yellowstone. Oh, cool. Liv, I should try and make a custom brush handle that fits my hand. I think the thing is though, if I did, I would probably just 3D print this. Um, I think that nice big thick bit just fits in that gap nicely. Obviously, your fingers go over the top and bottom really well. I probably wouldn't change the design of that, to be honest, because it just fits in my hand real nice. Oh, maybe put the wrong colour on. Right, well, his big knuckle duster, I'm sure, will be the same as his armour. That bit, so that's a strap in between. Oh, I've gone off the screen a little bit there. Apologies. Again, me getting a screen that goes right in front of me so I can see. Saying that, I've got one of those tablets. I forgot I got one of those tablets because I can just stick on YouTube on this. I could have that down there actually. That might save me buying a monitor. Because I don't really want to buy a monitor just yet. Maybe when I start doing like more and more streams, then it might be an option. Right, let's see. Yeah, it looks good, except I can't see the chat very well on it. Yeah, I will need to get a screen. Because good things I can get a screen and just have the screen so it literally just has chat. Well, I might actually leave it there because it shows obviously what you guys can see. Oh, we'll get there in a minute. All right. I'll get that bigger. There we go. Oh, let's turn the volume down that there. Yeah, because there's a good 5 second delay in what I'm doing and what you see. So that's why I can't have the sound on because I'd hear myself, well, 5 seconds later, which very annoying. Yeah, I can almost read what it says on there, but not quite. So yeah, any excuse to get another screen, I guess. Right, how was I doing? Still a bit more armor to do on this dude. Ooh. So some is the orange armor, and the rest I'm going to do probably like what's that? I think is it got a glove on? It's not armor, is it? Nope. It's yeah. He's got a glove on. It's not armor. So we'll kind of take that off. So obviously we'll paint the glove a different color. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Obviously his knee pads or knee what's it's they're going to be the armor. And that's a strap there. Oh. Well, the shoes look like some of it could be metal or armor. Right, so that's kind of dried real quick. So before I go on to the next one, I may as well give it another sort of half coat. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favourite colours. Can't be orange. Nice and bright. So I think for his shoes, I'm going to leave them for the moment because I'm not too sure. There's definitely some metal bits on there, but we'll play it safe and we'll go on to the next dude. Is it Pulandia? You're from Brazil. It's good to have you here. Freaky deaky, hola. Yeah. Freaky deaky, you subscribe because of the sprue glue. Right, sprue glue. I've Here's some I made earlier. There might be a return of sprue glue, sprue goo even. Can't even say it. Yeah, sprue goo, nibbly knobbly bits might be making a return. So keep an eye out for that because I do know, obviously, a lot of people did join for sprue builds. So yes, they may well come back one day. You never know. So I've got 2 jars, and obviously I've been keeping all the sprues. Well, it's the Armageddon box because there's so many sprues. That's kind of why it's like I don't really want to throw them away. So let's keep them and possibly make some things with them. So yes, Return of the Sprue. There we go. What should I make first, guys, with sprue? You guys let me know. So maybe in these live streams I'm doing, I might do little polls, or not really polls, but just asking what people would like me to, or see, people would like, what people would like to see me make. Um, oh, yeah, I know what's happening now. I don't normally, again, guys, when I say this, I don't normally talk much in real life, although this is real life. But obviously, I'm sitting here in a room or corner of a room on my own, talking to myself. After a while, I do start not losing it, but my brain might start going to an even deeper, happier place. And yeah, I will start really waffling on. Again, that's why I need to have food and drink as well. Um, yeah, 'cause I'm sure I did do a live stream once where I did a 12-hour one. Can't remember what I did or made or painted, but yeah, 12 hours live streaming. You never know. There might be a couple of those kind of ones again at some stage. I suppose it all depends really if people are watching. And I don't mind just sitting here painting because I'm sitting here painting. Um, but yeah, it would be quite cool to do live streams when there's obviously people watching, engaging, chatting. Oh, he's got his chest plate, hasn't he? So it is weird that sometimes I paint, especially when you do like batch painting, you paint them and then you'll miss a bit. You don't obviously realise you miss a bit because you missed a bit. So when you go round and you go into a different colour, you go back and you're like, whoa, how did I miss such a large bit? But sometimes it is easy to do. Yeah, so that first one's obviously dried the two coats. So it's only a little bit darker here and there, but it's enough that I, yeah, prefer it. It's cool. Oh yeah, the chips to go with the sprue burger. No, I made chips. Yeah, in the room you're in, Liv, there's a sprue burger and there should be chips. The thing I need to make to go with the sprue burger is the milkshake. So yeah, guys, if you haven't seen it, one of the best things I think I've ever made. Not that it got much of a response from people. I turned sprues into a sprue burger, and it was like a huge, big burger. Um, so that is one of the few things I have kept. I think a lot of the other things I've made with sprues probably gone in the bin. Um, Again, just because there's no room for me to keep them or store them. So there we go. Even before the first coat's kind of fully dried, I can add like a little half coat to it just to get that a little bit darker. And yeah, I like it. Oh, he's got a little groin bit as well. Let's not forget that. Protect his crown jewels. Saying that, do orcs have crown jewels? I'm not sure. How are we doing on time? 11:30. Yeah, so I'm going to go till midnight and then I'm going to call it. Um, and yeah, I'll be live streaming sometime tomorrow, probably during the day, if not the morning, UK morning time. Um, Typically, I do more painting during the day. Come towards the evenings when I kind of like just chill, play games, watch TV. Um, but that being said, if more people are on this time of night, then yeah, this is the time of night that I would do the live streams. Another thing I need to do, I got loads of earbuds, but I didn't have any earbuds charged. So obviously that's the reason why I got this on, is purely because I've got music in my ear. I can't sit here and paint with like no sound, especially no sound other than my voice. Um, so yeah, I've got earbuds, so there's obviously no reason to wear this because obviously the mic's up here because I've got a different mic. Um, but again, like I say, the more live streams I start doing, the more I'll have set up, so it's easier just to sort of push a couple of buttons and away I go. Freaky deaky, yeah, it's going to be an orky thing because obviously with the sprues, as well as or as good as I could make like flat panels, they were never ever going to be perfect. And obviously that works well with orcs because they are the best sort of scrap builders. So yeah, it probably will be an orky thing. Um, but the question would be, what orky thing? 'Cause I think with the orcs, I've made a big stomper out of sprues. I've made, is it Gorkanal? I made him out of sprues. Um, what other orky things have I made out of sprues? Yeah, the big stomper is obviously one of the biggest things I made. Um, Or obviously the biggest thing I made was a towel manta. I don't know if you've seen that, but I made a full-size towel manta, and it's probably the wingspan. I don't know. It's got to be at least 3 feet. This thing's absolutely huge. Um, yeah, go check that video out. That took quite a lot of sprues. Have I played Space Marine games? No. No, again, there's not. I don't think I really got into board games that much. As I don't know what to say now. Um, I don't play many board games. Obviously, when I was younger, I used to play a lot like Monopoly, Cluedo, that sort of stuff. But actually, sort of fighting sort of board games, I've never played. Obviously, I guess the nearest thing would be D&D. I first played that back in the early 80s. I think it was 82, 83. I first played D&D. Um, but yes, it's only really now, over the last, well, since doing this channel, that I've started playing any kind of, these kind of like board games. And say the only one I do play is Kill Team, Hero Quest, Pillage. Love Pillage, fun game that is. Because even in Pillage, I think me and my mate used to play. I think the most I had was 20 miniatures, but a lot of them do the same thing. So I think I had like 5 archers, 5 guys with sort of spear kind of things, and the rest of them had swords and shields, and then obviously a boss. So again, nice and easy to keep track of what's going on. Right, I think that's number 3 done. Yeah, if I can get the other 2 done with just these bits, I'll be quite happy. So I do know when I used to do live streams, I really didn't get much work done. And it could be because of the amount of people online. Um, I think the most I've ever had online was like, I think it was 200, like on the dot. So that was about 3 years ago. So it's going to take a little while to get used back up to that kind of number with people like knowing I'm online or whatever. But obviously, the more online and having the chat in front of me, I used to do a lot more talking. So yeah, definitely less painting, less building. Because obviously I was definitely waffling a whole lot more. So there you go. I've missed some of the green. So quickly clean the brush because while the green is still here. See, I knew I was going to miss it somewhere. And there we go, a little bit there. It does go up a little bit up the back there. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't taste nice. So what was that? Well, that's the green one, wasn't it? So there we go. So if anyone is keeping track, charming chartreuse. There's got to be an easier way of saying that because I can never say it. Isn't very charming. It tastes worse than this. In fact, the Amaglow, I think that's because to say the dipping inks are a lot more fluid or more waterier. So there's definitely less taste in this. This, you could tell there was a taste and it wasn't nice. This one, yeah, I don't think I really noticed. Or was it the other way around? Oh, I don't know. I'm getting confused now. I have to rewatch the video. Whichever way it is, one of them's worse than the other. Uh, Freaky, you watched the Stomper one, did you? Blood Bowl, no, no, I never did play it. I made 2 boards. I did paint up several teams, which I then sold. But yeah, I never. Or did I play it with Josh, my son? We did play a game. What did we play? Sure, it had tanks in it. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, lives. Where's the chips? I'm not sure. They should be up there, unless Paige has binned them or I binned them. Mm. Yeah, not too sure where the chips have gone then, Liv. Right, let's get back to painting this because I say I want to get. It would be nice to end and get this one done and the other one done with his armor. And then in the next video, I'll obviously carry on painting it. But so yeah, what I'm going to do, obviously with the live streams, I'll obviously paint some miniatures up, but then I will turn the footage from the live stream into a shorter version, obviously, of me painting those miniatures. So with the live streams, they're fun and good to watch at the time because obviously you can interact. But watching a live stream afterwards that goes on for like a couple of hours, yeah, I think you'll be skipping a. Oh, pardon me, be skipping ahead quite a lot. That is, oh, I suppose his belt, isn't it? But that was a part of his back that I missed as well. But I'm sure it's just a belt. Oh, Liv, if you're still on, the thing that you wanted washed, I washed. It's in the tumble dryer. I will message you as well, just in case you've left chat. Um, Samuel Smith is painting the Hound warrior skin ochre clay. Cool. So the time where I am, it's currently 20 to midnight, 11:40 p.m. So yeah, what I would probably do for evening live streams, I would start earlier. I would probably start about 8. Again, I'm going to try a variety of times for live streams, just so I can gauge when more people are on. Because I really would like to sort of do set times, because obviously that makes it a lot easier for you guys to know when I'm on. And obviously, if you wanted to join me, then you know I'm on. But the other plan is to almost do live streams every day, I guess, because I'm painting every day. So yeah, it's like no skin off my nose to live stream what I'm doing. Especially as obviously I'll have my little earbud in and I'll have another screen in front of me so I can see what you guys are saying. And the screen to my right will be where I'm watching Netflix, Prime, or just listening to music like I am now. I still in spot, all kind of. Yeah, again, I've definitely put a little spot, nothing too big, but just one that I can sort of see nice and easy, just so every now and then I can just make sure I've got the miniature over the spot so he's in the right spot. Right. Let's do his knuckle dusters as well. So I should be doing their face plates, their masks. They should be this colour as well, really. Yes, I might save that for the next one, so I can definitely get these the main bits of all their armour done in today's little live stream. So yeah, I've got a few more orcs to paint from the Armageddon box, and then I will paint some of the Space Marines. I don't mind Space Marines. I love the look of Space Marines, but when it comes to painting them, I kind of find them they're obviously very one colour. Blue, green, red, whatever colour it is, primarily that colour with a few highlights here and there. I mean, that's why I love orcs because you can I mean, he's not got too much colour, but he's got some colour, and it's fun. So yeah, as much as I love the look of Space Marines, when it comes to painting them, it's like, plus I need to paint them with their helmets on because I can't paint eyes. I can't do eyes for Toffee. Even just doing like the white dot is difficult. To try and get the black dot in the white dot, they rather look cross-eyed, cyclopsed, one eye definitely bigger than the other. Um, yeah, so wherever possible, any Space Marines, they will have a helmet on. Fun enough, I've got one on my desk. I'm not too sure where I got this guy from. It's not from the Armageddon box set. He's, again, I've got so many miniatures in some boxes, and in like uh, drawers and stuff. I don't know where they're from. So I've got this guy. I think he's one of the bosses. I'm not sure. So yes, he's going to have a bit of colour. So he's obviously going to have a lot of gold and got his red cloak and the rest of it. But I mean, these guys just look, they're beefy, they're chunky. Just love them. Love orcs. Right, let's give this one another quick half coat as this one is drying. And then we can get on to the last one. So I will do the face plates in the next video. Yes, I may well be painting these ones tomorrow morning-ish. When I say morning, I'm talking like 9, 10. And yeah, see if anyone's on at 9 in the morning in the UK. It might be. Mikolov, all your Black Tempers have helmets. It is, because yeah, I just can't do anything else. Liv, you're top fan. You are. How are you #1 top fan? I don't know. It's no favoritism. I'm sure I've not done anything or clicked anything, but obviously somehow, yeah, you are the top #1 fan. Yeah, so it looks like Paige was on for like 2 seconds and then went. Yeah, so Liv, don't forget, if you want to come and get your top now or in the morning, it's in the tumble dryer. Cool. Last one to do. So yeah, I do love this orange. It's almost like it's got like hints of orange, yellow, and I say if you do like a second, third, fourth layer, it then starts going more towards like being a brownish colour. So yeah, that's why I love this. Yeah, amber glow dip. It's definitely one of my favourite Green Stuff World dipping inks because it's just yeah, it's just a nice, fun, lovely colour. Oh, it's just a metal collar around his neck, isn't it? That can be this colour then. I wasn't sure if that was. I don't know. I thought that might be. So yeah, there should be 6 of these orcs, but alas, there's only 5, because whenever I bought this box set 3 years, 4 years ago, I obviously wanted it so I could paint one up. And then obviously the box has been left on my shelf, like all the other boxes that are up there. I say most of them have been there at least 3 years, 4 years. But when I was looking through a few weeks ago, a lot of them, yeah, there's seems to be almost like one miniature missing from them all. But yeah, if you're interested in buying any of my stuff that's painted, yeah, please check the link down below to eBay. There's stuff being added sort of all the time. Um, and yeah, a lot of stuff you'll see me painting videos will be over there. So even my, don't even know where I put them now. Where I put them? Um, I'm a bit confused. The orcs that I have painted from the Armageddon box set that I made into kind of like centurions. Yeah, they're probably going to be up for sale because I say, as much as I want to make an orc army for Warhammer 40k, the chances of me doing it are incredibly slim, just because there's no way I would want to do so many miniatures in a game. Um, but yeah, I have to admit I can't even think where they are. They might be up there somewhere, but I can't see them. But yeah, so just check on the eBay link to see what I've got on there that I'm, well, selling. Right, let's do his little knee pad, and yeah, he's got a little groin protection as well. We'll do that, and then I think I'm about done really. So I do need to paint their helmets, but we will save that for tomorrow's live stream. So yeah, so the people that I've been here, especially for those of you who've been on all the time, yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here. Because I wasn't sure if anyone would come on because I've not live streamed in ages. I didn't let anyone know I was doing it. Um, but yeah, no, it's been great that there's obviously been, well, 26 of you on at the moment, which is pretty cool. And I say I will buy another miniature when I can afford it. That'll go in front of me. Makes it a lot easier for me to see the chat as opposed to looking over there because, again, my glasses are, I'm long sighted, so these glasses are great for anything sort of 2 foot and nearer. Anything beyond 2 foot then gets blurry. But unfortunately, I'm long sighted, so it's still, even with the glasses off, it's not in the right place for me to read it. Whereas having another screen, having it reading it right in front of me will make things so much easier. Yeah, Livy will do it tomorrow. All ready for cool. Samuel, you work at nights in Florida, so you'll be up cleaning bathrooms or mopping floors. Well, I'll definitely appreciate having you here, listening to me waffle, because obviously you wouldn't want to disturb the work and all the rest of it. But yeah, so the chances are tomorrow it will be 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So with this heat, my sleeping pattern has gone out the window. I've had some mornings where I've been up at sort of 3, 4 in the morning, woke up, and my problem is when I wake up, I can't get back to sleep. So I kind of get up. But that's the one good thing about doing YouTube. I can work at any time. So I will paint things at 3, 4 in the morning. But it does then mean I have little siestas in the afternoon, which then just throws my sleep pattern even more out. So I should be up tomorrow early, hopefully not too early. Um, but yeah, yeah, whenever I'm up, I'm gonna log on and obviously see if anyone's here. Plus, live streams during the day would probably be longer. Uh, Obviously, I need to break for food because you don't get this physique by not eating. But yeah, I'll definitely be here for longer painting. Right, I think he's almost done. Just give him another little half coat everywhere. Oh, it's got a little bit on the front I've missed of my, I'll say a little bit. Half his chest piece. Oh, and his groin protection. Need to get that done. But again, I don't know if orcs have anything down there that needs protecting. I have no idea. But as he's got a little cover in, we will paint it. Rightio. There we go. First live stream done in 3 years and done on my 6th anniversary of this channel, which I kind of forgot about until I went to do something earlier. And it said happy 6th anniversary. It's like, oh, wow. Yeah, doesn't know, have those 6 years flown by. Right. So I'll have a quick look, see if there's anything I need answered. So any questions, guys, before I do pop off? Yeah, quickly ask them, or hold your questions until the next time I'm here. So this is obviously how they are kind of looking at the moment. I won't rest the other one down because he's obviously a little bit. So you can see some of these I've not done a second coat fully. So his chest plate is that little bit darker than his. So I probably will give his a second coat, which I'm going to do right now because I can't leave it. It'll be on my mind. That was a bit too much. I say it doesn't make a lot of difference, but it makes enough that it looks better with, I say, it's definitely like a coat and a half, maybe 2 coats. There we go. Not too shabby. And I can't remember if this was a bad paint, so I'm not going to stick the brush in my mouth. Quite often, obviously, I use wet wipes. They're great to have. I think, well, ever since having kids, I've always had wet wipes in the house. They're the most amazing thing for cleaning up any mess you make, cleaning brushes, cleaning the desk down, cleaning me keyboard, you name it, wet wipes. Great things. But yeah, since having kids, there's always been a pack in the house. So have a quick little look. Oh, Josh's on. So there we go. All 3 of my kids. Check that out. Well, that's probably because he just came down and he stood beside me a minute ago. Up to play that golf game. There's a new update in 4 days. So yes, a lot of the games that I do play now are I play obviously a lot of online games. I play a lot of online games with my kids because obviously I'm a big kid. I love games, comics, cartoons, obviously painting miniatures. Love all that stuff. So yeah, guys, cheers for being here. Freaky Deaky 69, love the name. I wish I could remember that name of that other guy that say whenever he came on, looking at his name made me smile. And when I said it, I just love funny names. But yeah, cheers for being here. And obviously Samuel Smith, Pulandia, Mikolov, Alexander, Moniak, um, yeah, and obviously my free for popping in to say hi, which is great. So I'm gonna leave it there for the moment, guys. Yeah, cheers for being here. Say it's nice to. Oh, we've hit 30. There we go. So there's my target to beat tomorrow when I come on. See if I can get more than 30 people watching me. I don't know, that'd be a good thing or a bad thing. Either way. Right, this is where I start waffling, so I need to sort of say goodbye, otherwise I will be here forever. So yeah, guys, thanks again for watching. You all take care. And yeah, if you can sort of like the video, I think you can leave comments on it after once it's uploaded. I've got no idea. I will say do a variety of these live streams, see what times work best for people, and then try and do more around those times. Just so obviously more people can be here. Okay, guys, you all take care. Yeah, see you in the next one. What's that? Board Deluxe. Love, love, love the videos. Cool. Cheers. Has inspired you sending orks for your new Armageddon. Yeah, oh, yeah, I love orks. I just can't get enough of them. Okay, guys, you all take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Although I need to work out where the button is.